Howdy do, everybody. It is another garden update. Update number 16, I believe. It has been quite a while, quite some time since I last updated the garden. I think the last time I updated was back in August, I think. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Either that or the beginning of September, but it is now officially the end. There's something in my beard. What the hell? What is in my beard right now? But yes, it's been quite some time, about a month, and it is finally the end of September. It is a time that all gardeners dread, but also love at the same time, because we dread it for the end of the season. We're done. We can't do anything else in the garden, and can't really spend our, well, I mean, we're still gonna be spending the time out here cleaning up and, you know, getting things ready for next year, but it's all over. So, but the part that we do like is the harvest. So that is what I'm going to be doing pretty much the rest of this week. And the next update, you'll see a lot of things gone. So while they're still here, I'm going to be updating you guys. There's still a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but some things have left the garden early, unfortunately. We'll get to that in a second. But I don't even know why I'm on this side. I'd like to start off on the end of my house here. Catch me in my slip slops. Oh, hell yeah. Just going cozy today. But I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick. Alrighty, so as we see here, the sunflower, I've been documenting this whole thing. It is finally producing its seeds. Still got some time, so hopefully it doesn't fall over in that meantime. It got hit really hard with the cold. It got down to 40 degrees last night and this morning. It was brutal. Damn near frosted, and it's not even October, so yeah, that's nice. It's not supposed to frost till like October 20th, October 15th, and it's not even October. Still got, and as you see here, Brussels sprouts got destroyed by the caterpillars, and I kind of just stopped caring about them because, as you can see close, they took shits all over my Brussels sprouts, all over them, and the Brussels sprouts form overlapping leaves, so that means all that poop is being trapped into each leaf. And I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna eat caterpillar poop Brussels sprouts, okay? I'm just not gonna do it. It's just sad because I've spent so much time on these Brussels sprouts. And yes, maybe I could harvest the ones down here, but I don't know. Should I trust them? Maybe I can get the lower ones, because those are the ones that are the most formed. And for my first time growing Brussels sprouts, they did pretty damn good, okay? They lasted the whole season. They just got destroyed by caterpillars. But it's not even the leaves that got destroyed is the bad part. It's the shit that's in the Brussels sprouts. That's just sad. I'm not gonna even, risk eating that. So, and over here we got their mini sunflowers that didn't really come out as well as I expected. This one just fell over, that one fell over. This one wasn't falling over, but now it's starting to. Just a little update of the strawberry patch on this side. It's getting bigger, just slowly. Over here we got my son's basketball. That I don't know why it's on top of that rhubarb leaf and how it's holding it up so great, but we got the rhubarb, which I don't know when it's supposed to be turning red, because most of it is green. I mean, there's some that are turning red, but I don't know. Maybe it takes a lot longer than I thought. But yeah. Sad. There's the blackberries, but obviously I don't have blackberries this year. I'll have them next year. There's no point in even showing you them. Oh, the good old sage, and I'm still waiting on the flower, but I'm just gonna have to trim it all up because it's taking over my steps, guys. It's just too much. All right. Same with this, but this sunflower too. Sad sunflowers, but hey, I'm gonna save all those seeds and grow them next year. Here we got the Titan. Didn't turn out like how I wanted it to, but it's still alive. It fell over. I tried to stake it up, I tried to even use the raspberries as a reinforcement, but it fell over. Over here we got that one Titan that was trapped underneath all those raspberries. It eventually raised up through the raspberries and produced a flower head, but it's so tiny. These Titans are supposed to be 24 feet at max. Look how tiny that thing is. It's okay though. It tried. That's the good part, okay? It tried. We got the celery, which is doing good. That last celery I never wrapped. It's okay. We learned from our mistakes. I'm not going to be growing. I'm going to be controlling these raspberries next time so that they don't pretty much overtake everything. I want them to go straight up. I don't want them to go sprawling everywhere. Here we got the cucumbers, which I purposely let go because I'm going to save some of these for seeds. I had enough cucumbers this year. This is probably the last one right here that I will be eating. But actually, no, there's another one down there too, but they're done. The powdery, or not the powdery, the downy mildew actually pretty much finished them off, but then the cold came and then, yeah, they're done. The blueberries, I believe I lost my blueberry plant and it's very sad. I'm gonna have to buy another one next year because something hit this blueberry plant. I don't know what happened to it. Some disease, and I tried to do a bunch of research on it and I couldn't find anything because I don't know exactly which one it is. There's not many. There's not a whole lot on blueberry disease. I mean, look at this. This is disgusting, and it's sad. I mean, it turned red pretty fast, so maybe that had to do with something with the cold. But yeah, it's just sad. I don't want to lose my blueberry plants. Now the peppers over here, I'm gonna be picking all of these. So next time that you see an update for my garden, these pepper plants are probably gonna be gone. The watermelons, well, the French melons I harvested. I had 2 out of it. One was cracked open, so I couldn't eat it. It was kind of nasty, but I'm saving it for seed. The other one I did eat. It was absolutely delicious. I saved this watermelon because it literally held out the entire time. It still has a vine. This vine is kind of dying out. Watermelons don't like the cold, so I fully expected that. I'll be harvesting that because that's been on the entire summer. That watermelon. That watermelon just died. I just had to pull it. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or did that the last update, but it did die. Coming over here. Oh, I forgot to mention I did have some lavender buds come up. So that's nice. That's nice. Mind the rotten peppers I need to pick up and throw into the compost pile. So it's been a long and hard war. Like, I mean, a full-out war. A full-out fucking war. Full-fledged war on all the mildew, the powdery mildew, the downy mildew that's been attacking all of my squash plants and pumpkin plants. And I just can't take it anymore, guys. I've been spraying non-stop. And like about 2 weeks ago, I just eventually gave up. I ran out of neem oil, ran out of all the disease stuff I could spray. And I mean, it's at a point now where I'm like 2 weeks away from where I would have cut the harvest or cut the plug on these because, you know, it's gonna frost. So I said, screw it. I'm just gonna let them ride it out and harvest what I got, you know. I can't just keep spraying every single day. It's too much. It's too much. It takes way too long. The daylight is way too short now. But yeah, you can see everything though. You can now see the entire scope of the harvest here. I got a ton of stuff, guys. And just because these plants are dying doesn't mean that I lost everything. Alright? Ton of stuff. These pumpkins have been sitting for a while. They're all orange. None of them are green. So that's a good sign. Many of them are pretty matured. Many of them have been on there for a while, like this one over here. Like these guys, they're gonna be harvested soon. They're perfectly good. Like there's pumpkins everywhere. And some are kind of smaller than others, but it's good to see that all of them are at least orange. Alright. I did manage to get another giant pumpkin growing, but due to the disease. I mean, it still has some pretty good, decent leaves left. So I'm gonna leave these guys growing. That one is enormous. But all the squash, for the most part, is doing pretty fine. There are some that aren't going to be good, like that one down there. I don't think that's going to make it. But these over here, for the most part, they are decently ripe. So I won't be too concerned. I did get a pretty good yield. That one is kind of behind. So it sucks, I might lose a few, but most of them are going to be ripe and ready to go. And then we got the peppers, which I'll have to pick. Like I said, I'll be picking all of these because they'll be destroyed by the cold once. The good thing is I got through the coldest day, but it's still going to be pretty cold. Here's one of the sunflowers. They actually did do pretty well, the mini sunflowers. One I grew over here. I don't know if any other ones grew. Oh, they did. They're just really tiny and spindly. But yeah, they did. But yeah, that's pretty much the sad reality of my garden. And I will flip around the camera. So this year, not a good year for disease. I will admit it's probably been the worst year so far for disease. And next year I will be doing things a lot different with all this newfound wisdom of this year and disease, and just pushing the utmost capacity for plants, like, you know, planting 8 squash in one little area plus 2 pumpkins and an acorn squash and 2 zucchini plants. No, it'd be 7 squash and 1 acorn squash. I remember one didn't make it. Yeah, pushing all that into one area, it's just not a good idea. I gotta grow vertically next year. There's a lot of things I gotta do differently with how I space things and like the area I plant them. I know how to grow them, but it's literally just, you know, don't get too cocky, don't get too arrogant, thinking that everything's just gonna work out if you just, you know, cram a bunch of plants in one area. And just be smart on where you plant. But yeah, that's all I got for all this update. Disease still gets me pissed off sometimes, guys. I don't know why it was so bad this year. I mean, part of the reason, like I said, was I crammed all those plants, but still, it was just brutal. And it eventually just spread to even other plants I've never even had disease on before. So, but yeah, I don't want to keep this too long. That's all I got for this update, and I'll see you in the next one with everything pretty much harvested for the most part. So, see you guys.